Hello and welcome back to another, and which is probably the last episode in this in-depth playthrough of Demon Souls. I didn't realize in all the weeks leading up, I didn't realize I never recorded this and I never put it up. So this is me remedying the situation. And as such, everything up to this point is clear, with exception to pretty much the very, very final boss. And so here's the Arkstone for him. Arkstone of the Demon Penetrator. The King's Tower, once a symbol of Boletaria, is now ridden with dragon claw marks, with only the old king watching all from his broken throne. Let's see. What I forgot to mention is, during this video, anything that is of interest, like any interesting items and stuff, I will put a time mark for it down below in the video description. So you can just click on the timestamp and it'll take you to where the item should be. But anyway, let's see. Is there any new dialogue from you?
Beware the
No. And Ostrava is no longer here because I cleared 1-3. So he just disappears. So let's see.
No!
Is there anything I need to buy? I feel like I'm going to need to buy some arrows. Yeah, let's buy some arrows. I'm going to need some arrows to kill I'm going to kill the blue drake. You're not going to actually see me do it because of how long it takes, but I'm going to initiate killing the drake. So let's buy some more white arrows. It's going to take a while.
Well?
But I'm just going to cut the footage to when I'm finished. I never finished talking to you, did I?
Have you seen my corporeal flesh? Has my body gone rotten? I'm sorry. Please leave me alone.
Alright, I'll leave him alone. If I speak to him one more time, he forgets who he is, and he will die, and then leave his soul on the ground.
Thank goodness, for I shall serve, and thus it...
Okay, is there anything new from
If you truly are God, it is...
No.
Where are you going? Oh, thank God, I'm better.
Alright, nothing really that new. Alright, so... Do I have a bow? Still a sticky compound bow. I want to make sure, I want to say I bought some. Yeah, I bought some rotten arrows. And I should have some kunai, because the kunais are poisoned. And I'm gonna want to poison this guy just to do a lot more damage to him. So what we're gonna do now is go to the final level. And in case I haven't mentioned it before, I do stream on Twitch, and most of what I stream on Twitch is mostly Soulsborne games. I've been doing like no death runs on Demon Souls for a bit. I've got like 4 runs completed on that game, and I'm thinking about moving on to like Bloodborne, because Bloodborne, like, it was a game I wasn't really into at first, but it's starting to win me over. All right, so we're at the Penetrator's Arkstone, and as you see here, the guy from the cutscene is actually his corpse still spawns here, which is kind of cool. I guess it's a nice little touch. So, final stretch. And as you see here, dead dragon, bunch of dudes, just sort of like standing here on top of it. Oh, I was hoping I'd have more health, or I'd be doing more damage to these guys, but I guess this is fine. Alright. Storied Soldier's Soul. This should be another Storied Soldier's Soul. Yep. Now, as you will see here, there's a crystal lizard that's just right there. And up ahead are 3 red phantoms. Now, if you remember correctly, we fought 3 bosses. First being Longbow Ulan. As you see here, he was called the Phalanx in his top, and his many minions. But for some reason here, it's a woman, because we've been told several times throughout the playthrough that or we've been told at least once in the playthrough that Allant was a man, but there's a woman here using his bow. There's Tower Knight Alfred, the Tower Knight Alfred. But as you see here, he's using not only the tower shield, but brushwood armor as well, and a scraping spear. Questionable enough, because, well, the Phalanx was using the scraping spear, but he threw it at the beginning of the fight. So, and then the last one was the Penetrator, the Lance metas of the Lance. And as you see here, he has a sword that's abnormally long. It's a pretty interesting weapon. It's pretty weak otherwise, but its R2 attack is pretty strong. So it's kind of like, it's just really questionable to think that they use completely different characters for these. Like they're using completely different character builds for this setup. Anyway, I need to put another ring back on. Because I didn't realize I was, I just wasn't using the right ring. Alright, so I think I'm good. Okay, so I'm gonna kill these guys. I'll lure him over here first. Shouldn't be too hard. No? Trying to get his... It's safer to fight fight one of them at a time. Because I don't need sword. I don't need the. I don't need the bow girl taking pot shots at me. See if I can get him to come over here. It's actually safer to run past them when you're wearing the Thief's Ring. But it's interesting enough to fight them. You just gotta be very careful with this guy. Specifically because of the shield. Plus, his scraping spear breaks your gear. She has better range than I was expecting. But the beauty of him is that he is so slow. He has so much trouble trying to keep up with you because of how slow he is. I just gotta be very careful though. He's taken quite a few hits. I've taken quite a few hits. See, like that. But it's fine, because the armor doesn't really... The armor only protects me up to a certain point. But as you see, everybody here drops the item, the most notable item that they were wearing. So, white bow, and then Lance, the Metis drops his weapon over here. But I can't pick it up because I'm overburdened. But it's just another penetrating sword. There shouldn't be anything... Oh, wait, yeah, there's an item that's down here. I think this is a stone of ephemeral eyes. Yep. Alright. So. Is there any... I can probably use a grindstone. I'm using the grindstone to make sure my weapon doesn't break. So let's use another one of those. Because like I said, my armor still gives me the benefits. Like the coronet still gives me extra MP, and the gauntlets still give me extra souls. It's just less defense. So I'm hitting these walls to get this guy to come out of here, because it's safer just to lure him out. And then just, well, sort of. And as you'll notice, these guys drop really good grass for this point in it. Because, you know, it's like late game. So I might as well start equipping the really good grass at the moment. So let's full moon. New moon. Alright, so now it's just going to be like a bunch of dudes. Not really a bunch, but like quite a few. Gotta be careful with that guy. These guys like to power, like, they like to have a hyper armor during a lot of their animations. So you gotta be careful not to get obliterated. Alright, so there's one red-eyed knight that's at the very top. I gotta hit him before he hits me. There we go. More new moon grass. Nice. Okay. So, let's get the cutscene here. Okay, so Blue Drake, he was from the first area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start just shooting him with arrows. Hopefully. No, I can't hit him from here. Okay. How about if I do this? 18 points. That's going to take a while. So what I'll do is I'll cut to the footage when I get him to fly away, which should be about half health is when he'll fly away. So it'll be a bit. It may not be half health. It may be a little bit lower than that, but it's fine. So I'll see you in a minute or two. So, as you can see, he has now moved over there, and now we can collect the items that are here. Hopefully, with little to no effort. Because that was the idea, really, was to just collect these. Alright, so that was all that was. Careful with that guy. He likes to take pot shots at me, too. Alright, and now, we'll have, because I helped Biorr, and he helped me during the penetrator fight, he is now going to be here to help me fight the dragon. Just got to be very careful though, because the dragon will sometimes not pay attention to him and pay attention to me instead. You gonna say anything, Biorr?
You need some help. Leave the flag, listen to me! Like the shine upon a log, and a proud bullet.
Alright, so what you want to do is wait, pay attention to the way the dragon breathes. So you'll see he'll go from left to right. So what you want to do is move in anticipation of that. So if you see him moving from left to right, you want to go to the right side. Or if you see him moving from left to right, you want to move from the left to the right. And you want to essentially mirror his movements. So like this. Careful though, because he can still catch you underneath him. Like that. So gotta be very careful. So now I am underneath him, and as you can see here, I can target him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kill him from here. It takes quite a few items to do that, but so what I'll do is I'll cut to when I actually finish him off. I don't think it should take that long, but it probably will. So I will see you in a minute. See, what did I tell you? It'd be a piece of cake. Though it was about 10 minutes later that I actually finished him off. Goodness. And in future runs, I'm going to need to use more than just arrows. Alright, so let's equip those. So now we can get the stuff that's out here. I think Biorr is still Yeah, there he is. He's all the way down there. So let's get this. Legendary soldiers. Legendary hero souls. I thought it was a soldier's soul at first. Legendary soldier souls here. Boo! I let him cut off. I cut him off by accident. Okay. All right. And then there was a couple of items that were down here. Let me just switch to my item ring. Where is it? There it is. Knight shield and knight sword. So if you don't feel like buying the items from the vendor in 1.3, you can find them here. But you're practically at the end of the game, so it's almost pointless. I don't want to talk to him because he'll say something, he'll fall asleep, and then you'll never see him again. So for the most part, I guess I will.
We managed, did we? That leaping lizard was more trouble than expected. Now, you go on ahead. You know me. I need a nap. That swooping monstrosity. It was quite a drain on me.
I'll miss you, boy. I'll miss you, Biorr boy. You were my favorite NPC in the entire game. So blinded by his duty to his king. Even when his king was clearly a demon, he still was protective of him. All right, so here's our buddy Ostrava. He's been sitting here, just doing nothing, shaking like a little girl at first. Okay, so let's see what you have to say.
Oh, it's you, is it? My father is up above. Well, what's left of him anyway? He's transformed into a fiendish demon. I began this quest in a search for truth, but it seems I was a fool to even try. Please, kill my father. In his degenerated state, he can only bring peril to the lands. This key fits the Boletaria Mausoleum. Inside the Mausoleum are my father's two swords, Soulbrand and Demonbrandt. Use them to bring an end to this madness.
And then he just sort of dies, I guess. And he gave me a key. Where is it? Mausoleum key? Carved aglamatolite key. Opens the Boletarian royal family mausoleum. Alright, so after I kill this boss here, I will go to the mausoleum and complete that quest real quick before going to the end of the game. Shouldn't be too far out of the way. So, as you see here, he is now spawned as a Red Phantom. Because, I guess in his despair and woe, he's become a phantom. He's essentially what you would not expect. It doesn't... He's like one of the few unique enemies that just straight up comes back as a phantom. Oh, he's poisoning right through my attacks. Alright. And then killing him will, of course, give you his rune shield and rune sword. If he falls off, you can't get those loot back. He's like one of the few unique enemies in the game that if you knock him off a ledge, he doesn't give you his loot upon reloading. So you'll notice this elevator is powered by people. It's one of the few elevators in the game that actually looks like it makes legit sense when you activate it. I should have probably waited a little bit. Ah, good. Good. Alright, so now we get a low crawl up. Get everything in order, make sure I have all the most OP grass as possible to fight the final boss. Because, well, let's face it, with this kind of grass, I don't think I'm going to have to worry too much about dying. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll get into the fight, watch the cutscene, and then I'll buff inside. Because it's easier to buff inside afterwards. Just got to make sure you enter after the doors are opened. Otherwise, you won't get the prompt or something like that. It's like it just won't let you go in, even though it clearly says you can. Alright, so, as long as you stand perfectly still, you don't have to worry about the boss noticing you. So I can just heat buff right here, eat one of these, get my good grass, and let's get ready. Interesting that I can lock on for so far away. Oh, and he gives me the easy attack. Heal, because I'd rather be safe than sorry. That was a solid suck attack. He can poise right through attacks with that attack, so be careful. So hit him from the side is the best way to deal with him, because you gotta make him face you when he does that attack. Heal while I'm at it. Alright, buff's already out. He's so cool. He walks with this, like, weird fog that's coming off of him. It's kind of like, it makes me almost think that he is the source of all the fog in this area. Ah, perfect. Only want to get 2 hits when he does that, because I'm afraid it'll animation cancel him. Because, you know, you notice he staggers, but he can animation cancel pretty easily. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that to hit. Wish he would do something. I don't like being the first one to make a move. Oh. Careful with that. If he soul sucks you, he lowers you a level. But when he dies, he gives you the souls back. So it's not like the end of the fight or anything. So let's see if I can get some extra souls here real quick. Alright, that's the end of the fight. Cool, I got extra souls. So that'll be good. Alright, so let's put the Thieves' Ring back on. And we'll get a bit of dialogue here real quick.
How did you defeat my precious demon? No human has an appetite for souls such as you. The rest is up to the Old One. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Alright. Let's go back. After this cutscene, I'm going to go make a quick detour back to the Mausoleum. Because it's faster, actually, to go to the boss and then go back to the Mausoleum. Now, as you see, the floor is now given way. And now, rather than dirge music, we get this nasty gurgling sound. So I'm gonna go to World 1 real quick. So what I'll do is I'll just cut the footage here to when I get there. So I'll be right back. And we're back. And as you see, this is the early level of 1-1. Now, rather than going right to the Blue-Eyed Knight, we went left. And if you go back this way, only thing back here is a single Red-Eyed Knight. So we need to kill him before we can get into the Mausoleum, because it's way safer that way. So let's just fight our way through. We gotta be careful though, because these guys can break shields just like that. Come on now! Cheap enemies, these guys. All spear dudes in this game are just straight cheap, I think. Alright, we got Mausoleum key, so let's go inside. And that would be old King Doran here.
Thou who seeketh the king's sword, I am the old king. Show me thine strength, and the strength of thine souls.
So we have to fight him and get him down to 75% health. Careful though, because he just has an insane amount of defense, and he does a lot of damage. So the idea here is we're just going to whittle him down to 75%. I'm not going to do anything else, because he's a unique NPC that doesn't really cause you harm, and he doesn't mean you any harm. He's just here as a test. He's guarding the sword. The one sword. Even though Ostrava said there are 2 swords in this mausoleum, only one of them is actually here. He's using the other one to fight you. Careful though. His one-handed attacks still do a really large amount of damage. And like I said, he is quite beefy. So I'm doing very little to him, even though I have like a really upgraded weapon.
Thou dost well to impress one such as me, young knight. I am old King Doran, and thou hast proven thine strength to me. Go forth and take the king's sword in thine hand.
Alright, Demonbrandt. Give it a look real quick before we go back. Demon Rending Blade passed down through the Boletarian royal family. It is a white blade that forms a matching set with Soulbrand. It's particularly effective on demons. Old King Allant spurred the blade for the way its power increased, the less demonic the wielder's soul became. My mistake. So I think, like I said, he's using the weapon, he's using the other sword to fight you. So, because when you look, let's give it a look. It says here, this is the white one. No, he's using it. He's using the same weapon as you are. Or he's using... I'll have to double check when I get back, but I'm pretty sure he's using Soulbrand on you, and this is Demonbrandt. Which is really interesting, because as you'll see when I fight the next boss, the boss drops Soulbrand, even though he has Soulbrand right here. I guess it's just to make it more thematically appropriate. It's like there are supposed to be 2 swords in this room, just like Ostrava said, and he's using one of them. But anyway, getting back to him. If you want to fight him, you're going to be in for a really long fight. Or you can get behind him. When he starts talking to you in the Mausoleum, if you get behind him really quick and do a backstab, he will reset his animation in the dialogue over and over again. And if you had to keep changing backstabs over and over again, and if you want to do it the cheesy way, that's how you do it. But for the most part, the only reason you would want to kill him is because he wears the Ring of the Everlasting Warrior, which is pretty much a stamina regeneration ring, and it's a really good ring by itself. In fact, he'd be killing him for that ring is worth it alone. But he also drops his armor set, which is pretty cool. But it's a male-only set, so the ladies can't wear it. But yeah, that's everything here. So let's get out of here. I think I still have an Arc Stone Shard. I do. Good. let's see. Before I go, you'll notice, like I said, Biorr no longer appears here, and of course, Ostrava killed himself, so he's no longer going to appear here. So let's see. I don't think anybody else says anything about this creepy noise.
Oh, do you have further? From where does that howl come?
Oh, there it is.
That is no demon. It sounds more like a poor, hungry child. Do you have any idea what it might be? Something about it puts me at great unease. May God watch over us, bless us, and all of Boletaria. Mbasa. May God...
Okay.
Yes, but you...
The Lord Urbain, thanks to his holy miracle, isn't it?
Okay. So Urbain notices the noise, but he doesn't realize that the creature that's making it is actually the god that he worships. So let's go talk to Yuria and Freke.
Hello again. If you would, but why not?
Can I learn anything from you? Let's see. No, I can't learn anything from her at the moment. What the heck?
Once then the king's executioner Meralda. My thirst, on the contrary. I feel great misgivings about Freke. I was branded a witch at a very young age. And since then, I have been persecuted as a threat to human society. Although I never had ill intentions, this black craft of mine is intrinsically evil. If there is a god, he gave us souls to do good, not to practice witchcraft. My accusers detested my dark arts for good reason, for the path I have taken is tainted. This has been one of my realizations since coming to Boletaria. But I am afraid that Freke too has ventured down the wrong path. He has become obsessed with the dark arts. But I am afraid...
Okay, so that's end of hers. Okay. So, I like the idea that Freke and Yuria both followed very specific paths in the way that they were doing the soul arts. But the thing is that Yuria sees only harm coming from soul arts. So she is, I'm not really sure what her stance is at the moment, but it's like she's actively detesting them, but she still practices them. So let's see what Freke has to say.
You have your wits about. Why? You have defeated all the demons, have you not? This ghastly howl. The Monumental has spoken of it before. There is a question I have long had in my mind. It is whether we are right to banish the Old One. And I now have the answer. And it is a resounding no. Listen closely. The Old One must not be cut off from us. If the Candle Maiden tries to entrap it, kill her. Then absorb the souls of the Old One for yourself. The Old One is an unfathomable deposit of energy. It contains all the souls collected by the demons. You will gain the power of a king, and I will gain knowledge from beyond. And that, my dear friend, is the righteous path. You must not allow trifling matters to dissuade you. The demon souls shall be ours. If truth be told, that woman has been tainted by demons herself. She would thank you in her death for relieving her agony. If truth...
Okay.
I can...
So if I remembered correctly, that's what I thought he was going to say.
What is it? Are you... it's better than have... Sage Freke prefers to do... He's on the...
So he says nothing new either. Okay, I'm gonna go speak with the Monumental one more time before I leave. I don't think I speak to the Monumental that much ever, because usually they don't say anything, but I've never really thought to speak to them up to this point. So let's give them a talk. Maybe they say something new. because we've killed all the demons. So I want to see what lore, if there's any lore associated to doing that. Wrong way.
You have destroyed all of the demons. You soon shall hear the call of the Old One. Then, the Candle Maiden shall guide you below the Nexus, where the Old One awaits. She will lull the Old One back to slumber. That is, after all, her purpose. You have destroyed. She will
Okay,
lull.
so that's all he says. Just tells me what I'm supposed to do next. Really not that much different than what I thought it would be. He just says everything that's already obvious. Okay. We gotta go downstairs now. I'll use this way since it's kind of faster. Alright, I'm gonna drop off some stuff real quick. And then that'll be it. We'll go to the down below. Ooh, that's a really... It's just a really it's like a ghastly noise, the way that I can describe it. I think I got everything I want. Do you say anything new? I forgot to ask you and Ed.
Sometimes how I ended up in the Nexus in the first place. Why didn't I protect my wife and daughter, even if it meant being slain by the demons? Please forgive me. I am over it now. How do you do? I can't imagine what it takes to slay a demon. If only I could assist in this fight. If only I...
Okay. So what else?
I can talk. Deep inside.
Nope.
Nope,
They don't
I can
even
tell.
hear. They don't even acknowledge this noise. All right. So let's get out of here then.
Hark! I hear voice of yore. The Old One is calling for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair.
Yes, ma'am. It's interesting to think that Freke straight up tells the player to kill the maiden when she tries to lure the Old One back to slumber. To think that he is so adamant about maintaining the stability of soul arts in the region that he would ask you to straight up prevent something that naturally is supposed to happen from happening.
Old One, I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good.
Alright, so as you see, it's still labeled the Nexus, but technically it would appear we fell from the sky. And if you want it, you can come back up here, use this Arcstone, and go back to the Nexus. But yeah, for the most part, we fell from the sky down to this beach that's just out in the middle of nowhere, really. Like, as you see, it's like civilization has since been eroded away from over here, and it's like just this beach on the side of the water here. And as you see here, there's the old one, and the old one is like pretty much what it looks to be like a giant malformed tree. Also, I never really pay attention to how she is slowly walking towards you. So if I turn, she slowly walks towards me. So it's not like she's blind or anything, it's just that I'm not really sure what her deal is. She slowly walks in your general direction until she gets to a certain point. So let's go inside. Get some dialogue here in a second.
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls, or obey that naive Monumental? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. And you are welcome here.
Okay, so now we are going to fight the head Archdemon, the actual demon itself that was feeding the Old One his souls in exchange for power.
Surely you have seen for yourself pain, suffering that fills this world. But fight poison with poison. God is merciful, and so created the Old One. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to our tragic realm of existence.
So as you see, he has become this malformed gelatinous monster with Soulbrand. It's kind of interesting that he's still able to physically use the weapon, even though he's like this just abomination that's become one with the tree. And he just sort of attacks blindly.
You fool! Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
So this is what he drops. Soulbrand. Let's see, is there anything to say about it? The soul-rending blade passed down through the Boletarian royal family. It's a black blade that forms a matching set. After Allant rose to the throne, it was always in the king's hands. Old King Allant favored the blade for the way its power increased, the more demonic the wielder's soul became. So the idea is that when your character tendency hits black, that's when the weapon starts to get more powerful. So anyway, this is what he was guarding.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the Old One back to slumber.
Alright, so at this point, I could either kill her or walk away. So I think I'm going to walk away, because that's the kind of playthrough this has been. Mostly a good playthrough. I haven't really killed anybody unnecessarily. I didn't even kill old King Doran, just to get his ring. So let's go.
My thanks. At last, my duty is fulfilled.
Alright, and then we just exit. What once. Let's see, can you actually? No, you can't. Once you walk out, you can't go back in.
The Old One, along with the Maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of soul arts. The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
Alright, and with that, that'll be the end of this really long playthrough. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do a playthrough on after this, but like I said earlier, if you're interested in Demon Souls, I mostly stream Souls games on Twitch, and I'll have a link for my Twitch down in the stream, down in the video info section down below. Sorry, I'm kind of like fumbling for words a lot these days, so bear with me. But yeah, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you around. Guess I'll let this play out. I don't think it really matters, does it? There we go. And with that, that'll be the end of it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.